listening to the Holy Bible 1-Year Challenge with Master Storyteller Michael Wood, featuring the easy-to-read version and used by permission from Bible League International. Enjoy the show!
Hello everyone, welcome to day 54. We're continuing in the book of Exodus. So if you remember, Moses had the 10 commandments, then got so angry he broke them. They shattered all over the place. But God says he is a merciful God, and he makes another set of stone tablets, and along with that, a new agreement he wants to make with the Israelites. And when Moses gets to speak to God face to face, his face literally shines super bright. He doesn't even realize it, but the people sure see it, and they begin to worship the Lord, seeing his great power. And we're also continuing in the New Testament. And in the book of Mark, Jesus challenges a lot of the laws and traditions from the Pharisees. For example, there's an ancient law going back to good old Moses that says we need to take care of our father and mother. Basically, when they get old, we need to take care of them. There were no retirement homes back then, but the Pharisees came up with some other tradition that is not mentioned in the Old Testament. You get all that money you were going to use to take care of your father and mother in their old age, and instead of taking care of them, you can give that money to the church, and in that way, you're basically giving to God. So, you don't have to take care of old mom and dad. But Jesus calls it out that this tradition goes against God's command. But why is this important? Because the Pharisees are trying to call Jesus out on not following their traditions. So he just kind of reflects it right back on them to show their hypocrisy. And along the way, Jesus is able to cast out a demon from a distance. He basically just tells the mom, don't worry about it, the demon's gone. He didn't have to touch her forehead or spray holy water on her or anything. He just said the words, and that demon was gone. It's like a remote exorcism. Stay with us to hear more details. If you enjoy the show, visit me at patreon.com/storymaster. You'll find the link in the description box below. By contributing as little as $1 per month, you will enable me to continue this ministry, and you'll get cool rewards too. Together, we're going to get through the Bible in 1 year. Let's get started. Exodus chapter 33, verses 7 through 23. The tent where God spoke to Moses. Moses used to take a tent a short way outside the camp. He called it the meeting tent. Anyone who wanted to ask something from the Lord would go to the meeting tent outside the camp. Whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people watched him. They stood at the entrance of their tents and watched Moses until he entered the meeting tent. Whenever Moses went into the tent, the tall cloud would come down and stay at the entrance to the tent, and the Lord would speak with Moses. So when the people saw the cloud at the entrance of the tent, they would go to the entrance of their own tents and bow down to worship God. In this way, the Lord spoke to Moses face to face, like a man speaks with his friend. Then Moses would go back to the camp, but his assistant, Joshua son of Nun, always stayed in the tent. Moses said to the Lord, "You told me to lead these people. You did not say who you would send with me. And you said to me,
I know you very well, and I am pleased with you.
if I have really pleased you, then teach me your ways. I want to know you. Then I can continue to please you. Remember that you chose this nation to be your own people," the Lord answered.
I myself will go with you, Moses. I will give you rest.
Then Moses said, "If you don't go with us, and don't make us leave this place, how will anyone know if you are pleased with me and your people? Only if you are with us will anyone be able to see that your people and I are different from every other nation on earth." Then the Lord said to Moses,
I will do what you ask. I will do this because I am pleased with you, because I know you very well.
Then Moses said, "Now, please show me your glory." Then the Lord answered,
I will show my mercy to anyone I choose, and I will show my kindness to anyone I choose. So I will cause my perfect goodness to pass by in front of you, and I will speak my name, Yahweh, so that you can hear it. But you cannot see my face. No one can see me and continue to live.
Then the Lord said,
Here is a place for you to stand by me on this large rock. I will put you in a large crack in that rock. Then I will cover you with my hand, and my glory will pass by. Then I will take away my hand, and you will see my back, but you will not see my face.
Exodus 34. The new stone tablets. Then the Lord said to Moses,
Make 2 more stone tablets, like the first 2 that you broke. I will write the same words on these stones that were written on the first 2 stones. Be ready tomorrow morning and come up on Mount Sinai. Stand before me there on the top of the mountain. No one will be allowed to come with you. No one should even be seen anywhere on the mountain. Even your herds of animals or flocks of sheep will not be allowed to eat grass at the bottom of the mountain.
So Moses made 2 more stone tablets, like the first ones. Early the next morning, Moses went up to Mount Sinai, just as the Lord had commanded. Moses carried the 2 stone tablets with him. Then the Lord came down to him in a cloud, stood there with Moses, and spoke his own name. That is, the Lord passed in front of Moses and said,
I am Yahweh, the Lord, the God who is kind and merciful. I'm slow to become angry, full of unfailing love and forever loyal. My faithful love for my people never ends. I forgive even sinners who turn against me and do wrong. But I do not fail to punish people who are guilty. Even their children will suffer because of their parents' sins. And so will their grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Then Moses quickly bowed to the ground and worshiped the Lord. Moses said, Lord, if you are pleased with me, please go with us. I know that these are stubborn people, but forgive us for the bad things we did. Accept us as your people. The Lord's agreement. Then the Lord said,
I'm making this agreement with all your people, and will do amazing things that have never before been done for any other nation on earth. The people with you will see that I, the Lord, am very great. They will see the wonderful things that I will do for you. Obey what I command you today, and I will force your enemies to leave your land. I will force out the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Be careful. Don't make any agreement with the people who live in the land where you are going. If you make an agreement with them, it will bring you trouble. So destroy their altars, break the stones they worship, and cut down the poles that honor their goddess Asherah. Don't worship any other god. I am Yahweh Kana, the jealous God. That is my name. I hate for my people to worship other gods. Be careful not to make any agreement with the people who live in that land. If you do this, you might join them when they worship their gods. They will invite you to join them, and you will eat their sacrifices. If you choose some of their daughters as wives for your sons, those daughters will serve false gods. They will lead your sons to do the same thing. Don't make idols. Celebrate the festival of unleavened bread. For 7 days, eat the bread made without yeast, as I commanded you before. Do this during the month I have chosen, the month of Abib, because that is the month you came out of Egypt. A woman's firstborn son belongs to me, and every firstborn male from your herds of cattle or your flocks of sheep and goats belongs to me. You may keep a firstborn donkey if you buy it back from the Lord by offering a lamb. If you don't buy the donkey with a lamb, you must break the donkey's neck, but you must buy back every firstborn son. No one should come before me without a gift. You will work for 6 days, for on the 7th day you must rest, You must rest even during the times of planting and harvesting. Celebrate the festival of harvest. Use the first grain from wheat harvest for this festival. And in the autumn, celebrate the festival of shelter. 3 times each year, all your men must go with the Lord God, the God of Israel. When you go into your land, I will force your enemies out of that land. I will expand your borders. You will get more and more land. You will go before the Lord your God 3 times each year. At that time, no one will try to take your land from you. When you kill an animal and offer its blood as a sacrifice, you must not include anything that has yeast in it. Don't let any of the meat from the Passover meal remain until morning. Give the Lord the best of the first crops you harvest. Bring them to the house of the Lord your God. Never cook a young goat in its mother's milk.
Then the Lord said to Moses,
Write everything that I have told you. This is the agreement that I made with you and the Israelites.
Moses stayed there with the Lord for 40 days and 40 nights. Moses did not eat any food or drink any water. And the Lord wrote the words of the agreement, the 10 Commandments, on the 2 stone tablets. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai, he carried the 2 stone tablets of the agreement. Because he had talked with the Lord, his face was shining, but he did not know it. Aaron and all the people of Israel saw that Moses' face was shining bright, so they were afraid to go near him. But Moses called to them, so Aaron and all the leaders of the people went to him. Moses talked with them. After that, all the Israelites came near Moses, and he gave them all the commands that the Lord had given him on Mount Sinai. When Moses finished speaking to the people, he put a covering over his face. Anytime Moses went before the Lord to speak with them, Moses took off the covering. Then Moses would come out and tell the Israelites what the Lord commanded. The people would see that Moses' face was shining bright, so he would cover his face again. He kept his face covered until the next time he went in to speak with the Lord. Mark chapter 7, verses 1 through 30. God's law and human traditions. Some Pharisees and some teachers of the law came from Jerusalem and gathered around Jesus. They saw that some of his followers ate food with hands that were not clean, meaning that they did not wash their hands in a certain way. The Pharisees and all the other Jews never eat before washing their hands in this special way. They do this to follow the traditions they have from their great leaders who lived long ago. And when these Jews return from the market, they never eat without first washing themselves. And they follow many other rules they have been taught, like the washing of cups, pitchers, and pots. The Pharisees and teachers of the law said to Jesus,
Your followers don't follow the traditions we have from our past leaders. They eat their food with hands that are not clean. Why do they do this?
Jesus answered, You are all hypocrites. Isaiah was right when he wrote these words from God about you. These people honor me with their words, but I am not really important to them. Their worship of me is useless because the things they teach are only human rules. You have stopped following God's commands, preferring instead the man-made rules you got from others. Then he said, You show great skill in avoiding something that God has commanded so that you can follow your own teachings. Moses said, You must respect your father and mother. He also said, Whoever says anything bad to their father or mother must be killed. But you let people say to their father or mother,
I have something I could use to help you, but I will not use it for you. I will give it to God.
From then on, you say they cannot do anything to help their father or mother. So you are teaching that it is not important to do what God said. You think it is more important to follow those traditions you have, which you pass on to others. And you do many other things like that. Jesus called the people to him again. He said, "Everyone should listen to me and understand what I am saying. Nothing you put in your mouth can cause God to reject you. The things you do and say that come from inside are what makes you displeasing to Him." Then Jesus left the people and went into the house. His followers asked Jesus about what he had told the people. He said, "Do you still have trouble understanding? Surely you know that nothing that enters the mouth from the outside can make people unacceptable to God. Food does not go into a person's mind. It goes into the stomach, then it goes out of the body." By saying this, Jesus meant that any food is all right to eat. And Jesus said, "What makes people displeasing to God is what comes from the way they think. All these bad things begin inside a person, in the mind. Bad thoughts, sexual sins, stealing, murder, adultery, greed, doing bad things to people, lying, doing things that are morally wrong, jealousy, insulting people, proud talking, and foolish living. These evil things come from inside a person, and these are the things that make people displeasing to God." Jesus went from there to the area around Tyre. He did not want the people in that area to know he was there, so he went into a house, but he could not stay hidden. A woman heard that he was there. Her little daughter had an evil spirit inside her. So the woman came to Jesus and fell down at his feet. She was not a Jew. She was born in Phoenicia, an area in Syria. She begged Jesus to force the demon out of her daughter. Jesus told the woman, "It is not right to take the children's bread and give it to the dogs. First, let the children eat all they want," she answered.
"That is true, Lord, but the dogs under the table can eat the pieces of food that the children don't eat."
Then he told her, "That is a very good answer. You may go. The demon has left your daughter." The woman went home and found her daughter lying on the bed. The demon was gone. Psalm chapter 25, verses 8 through 15. The Lord is good and does what is right. He shows sinners the right way to live. He teaches his ways to humble people. He leads them with fairness. The Lord is kind and true to those who obey what he said in his agreement. Lord, I have done many wrong things, but I ask you to forgive them all to show your goodness. When people honor the Lord, he shows them the right way to live. They will enjoy good things, and their children will keep the land God promised. The Lord tells his secrets to those who honor him. He teaches them about his agreement. I always look to the Lord for help. Only he can free me from my troubles. Thank you, everyone. That was day 54. Join us for day 55. We hear more from Bezalel and Aholiab, the design guys who are going to continue working on the Lord's tent. We get to watch them literally build this thing from the inside out. And in the New Testament, in the book of Mark, Jesus heals a deaf man, feeds more than 4,000, but even then, people doubt his authority. We hope you enjoyed today's verses. Be sure to leave us a positive review and to share this podcast with your friends and family. Please join us for the next episode as we experience the Bible in 1 year.
Did you know we offer online courses in creative writing, literature, and web design? Visit us at storymaster.online to learn more.